Silly. There we go.
We did it.
Fantastic.
We did it.
We made it. Woo! We have survived technical difficulties. We did it. Hello, everybody. I'm super excited. My name's Hectique. I'm joined today by Cloyce and Hob Tor on the couch, helping me out with commentary. We're going to be doing Spelunky. My first time at GDQ, not Spelunky's first time at GDQ. However, all journal entries, that's a new one. We're going to be doing everything that this game has to offer. Every single item, every single enemy, every single trap, every single area. You're going to see pretty much the whole game throughout this run. Now, of course, I need to get a really important thing out of the way first. Let's do a little bit of a trade. I am offering you a really, really cool Spelunky run, and in return, my one humble, honest request is that you fill up that Balatro donation goal, because Cloyce back there is waiting with bated breath to do commentary for that segment too, and it would be a travesty to not get Balatro on the GDQ stage this year. So, I think that gets everything out of the way. I think we're ready to go. You two ready?
Yeah.
Bid war?
Oh, true. The bid war. You all did me a huge favor. Here's the thing. We had a bid war for the damsel selection, and we have in advance prepared for you the damsel in distress, the Pugzel, our cute little guy. I do not promise to be rescuing him. I know that it was mentioned in the bid war that there's a possibility this run may start with me blowing up the dog, but don't worry about that. We'll get to that later. Of course, you know, at some point there might be a damsel get saved, but there was also a sloth, and it was really concerning because that sloth makes a horrifying noise on almost every single level if you had chosen it, so you dodged a bullet there. All right, let's go ahead and get ready, and then timer is going to start when I start climbing down this rope, and that's going to be in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So first things first, we have to learn how to play Spelunky, but before we learn how to play Spelunky, we're going to break Spelunky. I'm going to go to the menus, try and figure out how to play the game, and you might notice something will change about this lobby. Of course, it's going to completely disappear. Now, you might think that that was just a little gag, a little fun thing to do, but mysteriously, for whatever reason, that's going to give me bombs and ropes in this tutorial that we're going to be doing, which I'm not normally supposed to have. Now, this is a great opportunity to explain exactly how all journal entries in Spelunky operates, because there's a whole lot to do, and this is a game that's randomly generated, different levels each time. How are you supposed to get everything in the game? Well, the best option that we have for doing that is, of course, to do 2 major runs. And the reason why there are 2 major runs is because 2 of these particular journal entries are mutually exclusive in a way. There is the lava journal entry, which I will be happily jumping into lava and dying later in the run. And there is another journal entry for an item called Vlad's Amulet, which makes you notably immune to lava. Bit of a problem if you want to die to lava. So we're going to be doing 1 run to the secret ending of the game, the hell ending, which is super exciting, and then an additional run directly into a pool of lava, followed by a cleanup portion after that. And with the tutorial done, the door is going to open, and we're going to be into open season. So one of the big things about deciding the route, we might do the hell run first, we might not do the hell run first. Biggest thing is that in this run, you're going to see shops that have a series of items in them, and I'm going to, of course, rob them blind every single time. And depending upon what items I get, that'll sort of inform the decision-making for the run, whether or not I decide to go to the hell route, or if I'm like, think I could dip in some lava. So there is almost always a shop that spawns on the 2nd level of the game. When I say almost always, I of course mean not this time, because Derek is watching and he has his finger on the troll pulse, so we'll be skipping the shop for this particular run, and we might do a little reset to make sure that we can get it, since at the end of every single area, we'll be doing deliveries that allow us to obtain, thank you, Boulder, that allow us to obtain progress towards shortcuts that the game allows you to utilize to start a little bit further in progress-wise than you would normally do. And that's huge for a run like this, where you're not necessarily going to be able to get everything the first try through.
Yeah. So there are a lot of different level feelings in this game and various other rare entries.
Oh, nice.
Wow, that's a really good. That's a really good shop.
Yeah, now we're in the money.
Yeah, now, unfortunately, we did pick up an item called the climbing gloves, which help us by making us stick to walls so we can climb up them faster.
Notably, this is a bad thing.
Which would be very useful if we needed to go upwards and we didn't have some other extremely powerful item that allowed us to do that on our back. So we're probably going to be a little bit hampered by those, but the jetpack teleporter is kind of the build in this game.
This is the premier build.
Yeah.
This is how we run any percent. I'm not going to be running it too aggressively here for hopefully obvious reasons.
Although hopefully we could show off a unique out-of-bounds glitch with the teleporter in a little bit, potentially.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. Why don't you guys explain the shopkeepers that will be on every single level for the rest of the game now that I've committed crimes?
Yeah, so the shopkeeper is basically the most ridiculous and unpredictable enemy in the entire Spelunky series. In this specific installment of Spelunky, they are incredibly fast. They have sort of randomness to their movement. They jump around like crazy. The shotgun in this game has some recoil mechanics, which can also compound on their really high jumps and cause them to just go somewhere between 1 and 9 tiles in the air, depending on the weather that day.
Oh, yeah. They're really influenced by the weather.
I would say, what would you say? At least 30 to 40% of all runs ever die to a shopkeeper, maybe more?
So many of my runs. If I have items, the premier death is to these guys. They just do stuff, and they are not interested in whatever you are doing. They will happily shoot you in the face, which just kills you.
Yeah.
You just die. We did mention a little cute thing that you are going to see. You might have noticed this weird pink glob, and I've thrown a dog onto it, and nothing weird's going to happen. Don't worry about it. Ignore the gigantic worm that just ate me alive. It's fine.
You didn't teleport around behind the level. What the heck?
You know what? We only can give them so much nonsense. Now, normally when you play the level, you would be playing the level, but I'm going to do something that's a little bit different than playing the level, which once these enemies get out of the way, I can just sort of leave, go out of bounds for a little bit, and we're going to come right back in because there's an item here that I'm really interested in. It's a super good item, and it makes me kill stuff really quickly. And then, of course, we're going to get back to our out-of-bounds adventures right after.
Yeah.
And then make sure that we get...
Not quite.
They were good out-of-bound adventures, though. You might be really worried about that. Oh, no, the speedrunner died. But in a game like Spelunky, deaths are kind of a part of the process.
Yeah.
It's better generally to not die, but we're not perfect in the Spelunky community. None of us are, no matter how good we get. And there's always a new way to die in this game. I'm sure that at least 2 things will happen that I've never seen before.
Especially trying to do worm out of bounds with the climbing gloves.
So
to quickly explain what's going on there, most levels in the game you'll notice are about 40 tiles wide, but the worm is narrow and really tall. And so they just kind of forgot that because the level is skinnier, there's more level over there that's kind of blocked off. And they blocked it off with some bedrock, which for the most part can't break. For the most part.
Nice bin border.
But obviously with the teleporter, it's not thick enough to prevent you from teleporting outside of the level. So it's just a very fun little trick that you can do. Doesn't usually come up in all journal entries, but we thought we'd take the time to showcase it there.
Yeah, and since we've died and returned to the mines, we can get some early donations read as well.
Absolutely. How does $100 from Mom Teak sound?
It sounds great.
Perfect.
We also have $25 from Dynamite saying, let's go, Hectique. It's so cool seeing Spelunky back at GDQ. Also, let's get Balatro on the marathon. Can I get a hype?
Hype. I think you can get a hype.
All right, $10 from Ariel Haymarket, who says, I think rock puns are nice. And I would like to point out that that is GNEISS, so like the rock.
Yeah.
Got time for one more?
Oh, absolutely. I've got time for any rock puns.
Oh, don't worry. Those are aplenty. We have $50 from username equals pants. It's important not to take chat's generosity for granted, but also it would be really nice, again, to meet Balatro during this run. Just as an update, we are actually at $50,000 of the $65,000 needed. Y'all are making this happen.
That's fantastic.
Y'all are getting me really emotional. You could say that I'm getting sentimental over it.
Oh, devastating. Oh, God. I really like the hand to the shovel over to Hectique. That was fantastic.
Yeah. Weirdly, there aren't any shovels in this game, actually. There is a pickaxe.
There's a shovel.
Wait.
Oh, thank goodness.
The tunnel man has a shovel. Okay.
He has a painting of a shovel.
Oh.
Talk about sentimental.
Yeah. Very attached to that shovel.
Yeah. So this run, we did get a few shops, but honestly, they were little... I'm not too critical of local businesses, but they weren't the best set of items, so I've gone ahead and just kind of rocked it item list for the time being. Yeah. And given that information, that's a really good find.
That is good. That was
a rare item knocked off the list, thank goodness. Given the fact that we're fairly itemless, we're not going to do the secret ending yet. We're going to save that for later. It's going to be a big special occasion. But I'm going to be on my way to hopefully a pool of lava. As always, one of my special interests, diving into lava. Very important. That's a lot of spikes.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, I
nice.
changed my mind. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm going to go to this little secret door here. You might not have even known that there was a door there.
Yeah, there's no way you could possibly have told without the blinking Ujad eye there.
Oh, yeah.
Like-
I obviously used the item that lets you find the black market. I didn't find it by looking at the leaves of the background door. Not
The
at all.
really bright green leaves poking out inconspicuously from the wall. Definitely not.
So we've discussed the fact that shopkeepers are a little bit of a problem, a little bit of a mess. They're a little bit scary. This level features not too many. There's just 8 that I have to deal with. So, wish me luck. It's probably fine.
There are only 7 since you didn't have aggro into the market.
That's true. There's only 7. Well, then it's easy peasy.
Yeah, it should be super free. Only 7 of these guys. I mean, you got 40 bombs. That's
yeah. That's like
over 5 per shopkeeper.
Oh, and they'll get 5 each. I
Perfect.
promise. All right, I really want to get that.
Yeah.
Oh, that helps a lot.
So the black market is really good because it has roughly like 5 different shop pools in it, which helps us with making sure, because we do have to collect every single different item in this run.
Yeah, it's really important.
So the pitcher's mitt, for example, there is one that we just got, which makes our bombs go straight forward.
It makes
as
everything
though
we
you
feel go
were
straight
pitching
forward.
them, I guess.
Yeah. Like a baseball.
Yeah, like a baseball.
Ignore the fact that it's a catcher's mitt.
Yeah, ignore the fact that it's...
It's fine.
Don't think about it too hard.
Yeah, that's not what this game is for. It's
Yeah,
not
obviously.
a thinking game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are 2 items left that you can find in crates at this point.
Yeah.
Sorry, shopkeeper. Got business to attend to. Unfortunately, we didn't get the paste bomb item in this particular room, which is really nice to have for the Hell Run, but we can make magic work anyway.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? Very shortly, we are going to go to the most dangerous level in the run, arguably. It's a little purple ship that's going to spawn. The sort of synopsis of that area is, what if everything exploded? What if every single thing that
Yeah.
existed would explode the moment that you interacted with that? That's essentially the mothership. Now, of course, I just made a horrible mistake and I fell into the abyss, but oh my goodness, is that a funny hat just for me? Could it be
Yeah.
a crucial item to the Hell Run?
So we lost track of this a little bit, but we got the eye, which totally definitely helped us find the black market, which contains the Ankh, which gives us a second life, which we'd love to just be able to burn for marathon safety, but we do have to die on that particular level to gain access to the head jet, a very funny hat. And if we have learned anything from the Pope, it's that as long as you're wearing a very funny and fancy looking hat, you can have all the power in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And that power will be revealed in 2 or 3 more levels.
So now we are in the ultra danger zone, the
Yep.
worst place to be. My least favorite level in this game.
Yeah.
The
There's
mothership.
like a few explosions going on right now.
Just a few.
It
Yeah.
gets a little bit explodey and very, very slow moving elevators as well. Just
Yeah,
trying to
which
keep
is-
you around for as long as possible.
Awesome for speedrunning. Really
Yeah.
glad they move at that speed.
And
I have been greeted, of course, by 4 UFOs, which, in case you were wondering, they explode. That was part of the
Yeah, that was-
deal with visiting this level, is that everything explodes. I'm going to throw a bomb at them, which also explodes, because, I like to abide by the customs of wherever I'm visiting.
of course.
And I need to be extra careful around these big old blasties, because they will instantly kill me, as it turns out.
Not gonna lie, I was very nervous there.
Oh, I aim to make everyone nervous that's watching the runs.
Yeah?
I
you do?
succeed to make everyone nervous watching the runs. I'm gonna use a big gun. I'm gonna blow up another alien.
Yeah.
Now we have successfully dealt with all the journal entries, and we need to escape, which is its own ordeal, because as if everything in this area wasn't bad enough, there is a shopkeeper waiting for us, and the one upside to shopkeepers, generally speaking, is that you at least get to drop down onto them. But in this area, that gets changed. Thankfully, I have a huge gun that the shopkeepers are extremely susceptible to. They tend to die when they get hit by it.
As does everything else.
Yeah, that deserves applause. That was very,
Absolutely, yeah.
very clean.
We're out of the disaster
Yeah.
level, and we only have more difficult things ahead of us because this game's like hard.
Yeah.
This is a little not easy.
And to talk about this a little bit, like he didn't just have to get in. And most speedruns, you just get in there and you get out of there as soon as you possibly can. But he has to kill the alien queen, pick up the plasma cannon, make sure he gets targeted by a turret, kill the alien lord, blow up a force field, kill an alien tank. And I think I got all of them. Did I get everything?
I'm gonna say that you got everything, but sometimes I forget myself, so
Yeah.
I'm not a good resource on that.
But yeah, there's 114 different goals in this run, and keeping track of all of them could be difficult. This is Anubis. He's the Egyptian god of the dead.
That was Anubis.
And he is now the god of the dead in a different way. 'Cause
Yeah,
he is dead.
He's the god of the very dead. And
Although-
the only way he could get more dead is if we killed him again later, which,
Yeah.
I mean, that would be crazy, wouldn't it?
That would be weird.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be crazy if we
Oh,
did that again later?
bouncy scepter. Your scepter should be bouncy now since it has been dipped in lava.
He's not wrong. It's a bouncy
You
scepter.
didn't show it off?
I'm sorry. I saw a door. I like doors.
You do like doors. You can go in them to become invincible and advance into the next level.
Anyway, if you have been scratching your head at something, maybe the part where I died to pick up a hat that seemingly does nothing, well, I've got great news. It does do something.
Yeah.
That something allows me to open the door to a special area called the City of Gold. Now, some of the clever people in the audience might think that is a city made entirely of gold, and I've got really good news. You're exactly correct. But first, I would really like to remove this guy from existence, except he's really good at moving out of the way. So I'm just going to cut my losses and go.
Fair.
Those guys are very tough to kill, and we do need to kill one, get killed by one, or do a secret third thing.
And I need to get this scarab over here. He's made of like loads of money, but I'm more interested in writing about him in my funny little journal, my little diary. Dear diary.
He's made of tons of very fragile money, and he will die to anything, and if he does, then it's going to be kind of a nightmare to get another one. So.
Yeah, this is like the only time that we can reliably get this without a problem.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's Anubis, the god of dying.
If you were very eagle-eyed, you may have noticed that he has the little same ankh for eternal life around his neck, and that's why he's able to revive, but only once, just like us, so he is now definitely really gone.
Yeah, I'm going to miss him. I feel like he was a real standing presence in this run.
Yeah.
Here is the normal boss of Olmec. If you've watched previous runs of Spelunky, maybe all shortcuts, you've seen this guy. He stomps the ground. He instantly crushes things. I'm sure the cavemen will be fine. 66% of them are fine. It's good. So we're going to move him out of the way because we don't want anything to do with this guy for the time being.
Yeah.
Although, you know what? Let's get the attic.
Oh yeah, we're missing parachute. So some items are particularly common at spawning in crates, especially the very useless parachute. So normally we're not very excited to see that in a crate, but we haven't found one yet.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Is that easy?
It is that easy. It is just that easy. We'd love to find some shy and susceptible to light.
Me too, honestly.
The camera actually not very good in most of the game, but gonna be one of the best items, and this is the best place to get it here.
So Olmec is a bit of a fool. He doesn't chase you around, and you have the ability to create this chute. And you might be wondering, what's the big deal? You're going to kill him? How are you going to go to the secret area? It seems like you're not really doing that. But the thing is, the secret area is suspended over a pool of lava, and the only platform we have available, asterisk, is Olmec.
Yeah, definitely the only platform.
There may
no
be
other way.
platforms.
Definitely.
And you definitely need to do all that stuff to get this door to open. No other way to do that either.
Yeah, we certainly didn't discover a way to avoid doing that over 10 years after the release of the game. Not a chance.
Yeah, so in Hell, Hell is also a very, very important part of the run here just because it's so hard to get here and there's a lot of unique enemies, many of which like to get themselves killed.
Like Vlad. However, he is very camera shy. He does not like having his picture taken. He likes it so little that he instantly disappears.
And of course, we're going to upgrade here to this cape that gives us a very nice double jump. Is one of the best items in Spelunky 2.
Interesting.
Hey, you forgot. It's up there. I mean, you touch it for the journal entry, but...
sorry. There's a fancy cape that's red. What if maybe, just maybe, this one special unique cape was worse than the capes that there are currently 5 on the screen of that I could use instead? What if those were better? Surely not.
Yeah. Surely they wouldn't just forget how to program the double jump correctly.
Yeah, so we're gonna.
So it just doesn't work.
It's really bad. It's really, really bad.
So bad.
For people who run Spelunky 2, that might seem like insane because it's a fantastic item in the sequel. But in this game, it's literally a downgrade.
Hot take, I actually use it sometimes.
Do you die?
Sometimes.
For me, it's all the time. You might be confused why I'm carrying this little pot around, and you might think, well, it must be a journal entry. I got bad news. There's no cauldron of lava as a journal entry. However, there is a journal entry for crushing it and getting a magma man, and you might have noticed I also crushed a dog, and I really hope you didn't notice it, because...
Succubus is top right on this level, by the way.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for a different one.
Okay. Succubus is very scary, because like the Scarab, it has 1 health and dies very easily. And there's only 1 of them per level.
Nice.
Goodbye, shopkeeper.
Yeah, these dogs that we've been so nice to throughout this entire run, half of them in Hell are out to get us. They're going to try to jump on our back and steal our health.
Yeah, and I've done nothing wrong to any dog on this run so far, so I really feel persecuted about it.
Yeah. And that is...
And you know what? And my record's going to remain clean. I would not shoot a dog assuming that it was the enemy and then getting it wrong.
Well, that means the other one on this level is the enemy, right?
Yeah, I mean, it
was important. It was necessary.
Never has process of elimination carried so much meaning.
And there we go. That's the Succubus. And that just leaves Spike Ball as our checklist for Hell.
Yep,
which is
just
good.
gotta hit a spike ball, and then we have the final boss, the secret boss of Spelunky, Yama, to contend with after that.
Yeah.
But first, I'm gonna let this guy, you know, maybe he's running all journal entries. Maybe he wants to jump in some lava. Does he?
Ooh,
Wow,
he
must
does.
be. Well, he's on a pretty good run then, because
Yeah.
that's an important entry to get.
He might have missed the Yama entry though. It was pretty close.
He
but
forgot to kill Yama. That's a
yeah, that's a
rookie
tough
mistake.
one. Yeah.
one I really hope I don't make. But if I
Yeah.
do, the good news is that I get to show off a cool thing. So
Yeah, so after dealing with our best friend, Anubis, the Egyptian god of the dead, we are now heading on to some Chinese mythology, very, very consistent with our
Are you
myth
going to do
systems.
the spike ball here?
absolutely, yeah. So the spike ball, there are two ways to get the spike ball. The first is, of course, to get hit by it, but that would currently do a thing called killing me, which is not helpful for the goal of this run. Instead, I'm going to throw one bomb at a time at this man until he dies, and then I'm going to use a bomb to unearth a spike ball and then immediately bail. And the reason why is because it turns into a projectile that will instantly kill you if it touches you, which is not very helpful.
Yeah. Rather than now where it does 2 damage out of your 2 health, which would
also
not-
kill me.
Yeah.
He has a point. Anyway, this is Yama. He is the secret final boss of Spelunky, a really rude guy.
Yeah.
Of course, I really wish I had pace bombs right now, but there are options available for me to perform to be able to kill him without pace bombs, and I'm going to utilize this little gun. You might have seen that Olmec was pretty frightening. Like, you can't really just shoot Olmec and kill him, so Yama must be similar, right? Yama must not be able to be killed with a simple gun. That would be strange.
Yeah, I mean, he's the final boss of the whole game. It would be weird if he was just, like, super susceptible and, like, nobody in the community ever, like, had to learn any of his, like, super
Close?
complicated patterns.
Close?
Hey,
Yama died to the shotgun.
what?
Oh.
What happened? You died on spikes.
Oh, oops, that was bad. You know what? I just was really feeling attached to them. And maybe there was a journal entry to get spikes, and maybe there's no journal entry for beating the game. That's right. There's going to be a Spelunky run at GDQ where I do not beat the game.
I mean, you know. You should have died in lava, though. I mean, rookie mistake. I mean, you could get it both done at the same time.
We talked about this. The good viewers who are watching this are clever enough to see through your lies, Cloys.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
there is a test at the end, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to need to write these things down. I'm not going to take any of that. So we're on to, as I mentioned before, every time we complete an area, there's a little bit of a, you probably saw it. I delivered some items to a guy named
10K, by the
Tunnel Man.
way.
Yeah, 10K, exactly. So we're going to be getting $10,000 for him, which seems like a lot of money to make a tunnel, but that's fine. And by doing that, we'll have access to the first shortcut, which takes us to the jungle, the green area of the game that's immediately after the mines. That was cool. And as a result, we'll be using that shortcut towards the end of the run to grind for what's called level feelings, which so far we've seen shockingly little of.
Yeah, we've seen, like, none.
Yeah, that was
must
a
have-
nice
yeah.
pyramid dupe, by the way.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I got twice the money.
Yeah.
So what's unique about Spelunky is that, of course, every level is randomly generated. I've never seen any of these levels before. These are completely new to me. I've seen some of their features, but I don't know exactly how it's built.
Ooh, yeah.
Look at that.
Marathon luck coming in clutch here with another jetpack.
Don't say
would
anything.
have liked that on the Hell run, but that's okay.
Don't say anything. It's the game. Derek's listening. You never know what he might do. And in the meantime, actually, since we are just kind of trekking back to the late game at this point, we can do some donations because it's been a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. I have so many. There's so much love coming in for this game. It is unbelievable. Okay, so we have $25 from Just Mike saying, had to donate for Hectique and the awesome game of Spelunky. Really excited to see him run it at SGDQ. $10 from Bumper Oyster saying, Beecha, Mousu, Beecha, Mousu. Good luck, Heck, and good luck, Couch. We also have $100 from Necrotal saying, the walls are shifting. Time to go spelunking. Maybe we can get to Balatro.
And you do have to do the worm again.
Yeah, I noticed.
Oh, yep. Yeah, so speaking of level feelings, we actually got 2 at the same time
Yeah.
here, which is very nice.
Yeah, really exciting. The jungle's got a lot of level feelings. So we killed a very large bee there, and I consumed some royal gelatin as a result, and there's an even bigger fish. This guy's
Yeah.
huge. He is the size of a truck, and there's no exaggeration to that. Of course, going to shoot him with a gun, because it seems to work on a lot of things in this
Yeah.
game.
This guy has tied for the most HP of anything in the game with, you guessed it, King Yama. So as before, the shotgun is the solution.
I can't believe he survived for that long, and he got to chomp me for 4 HP. It's okay,
Yeah.
he's dead. I got revenge.
It was an even trade. You gained 4 HP from the royal jelly and lost 4 HP from the big fish so we can pretend that nothing ever happened.
Yeah, it pretty much worked out. So of course, we did the secret hell run, and now our primary objective is to get back to the 4th area of the game, the temple. That's where we encountered Olmec, and we're just gonna jump in lava. Like we're gonna look for a couple of things before that, but primarily we're gonna jump in lava. It's gonna be really cool, really awesome. It's gonna be really warm, really warm. And along the way, we will be looking for a few of the remaining entries. We do have a tracker on screen that I'm sure you've been noticing. A few of the key notes that you'll want to take from the entries that are missing. Bottom middle, there's a big Yeti. His name's Yeti King. He can randomly appear in a level feeling in the ice caves. You'll notice that nearby lava, there's a little crocodile and a weird pokey block. That's the Croc Man and the Ceiling Trap. Those two are pretty important. They're found at the temple. And then over on the right, we've got Spectacles, which are found in a variety of shops. And then the Kapala, which is rewarded for sacrificing enemies alive or dead to the blood god Kali.
Ooh, nice.
Check it out. We just got that secret level feeling I was talking about. And that big Yeti is going to have a meeting with me, and we're going to discuss the possibility of him getting shot with a gun.
I mean, that's not a very nice way to treat one of our key sponsors at GDQ. Like,
Oh my God, you're
shout out
right.
to the Yeti.
Please, I'm so sorry.
The Yeti's fine. He's fine. He's just napping.
I mean, yeah, he's just taking a little nap, maybe thinking about helping us meet that Balatro incentive. We're currently need another about $12,000. We're hoping to get that so that I can spend another hour yapping.
You wouldn't want to make poor Cloyce not commentate twice in a row. That's like, who does that? Who commentates 2 segments in a row? Probably a lot of people, but Cloyce could be one of them.
Hey, speaking of Balatro really quick, I do have $15 from Sarah Caesar with a very, very important thing to say. A challenger approaches. How about a $5 train to get Balatro? Here's 5 from me and 2 others who are unable to donate.
Ooh,
So y'all, can we see that $5 dono train going? Let's go.
Let's go.
Ooh, this could be good for
Yeah,
Kamala.
I got a bunch of bodies, and Kali is going to be mighty happy with me.
Yeah, now we have the black goddess of the. I believe this is from Hinduism.
I think so.
Yeah. So again, like, and this expands upon.
Oh, and you got the
and the spectacles.
specs.
That's very lucky. That's about a 1 in 6 there.
This whole game is just too easy.
Yeah, and they actually expand upon that in the sequel Spelunky 2. You get some ancient Mesopotamian mythology as well.
Oh, it's one of the coolest things about the Spelunky series is just that it's a huge, like, melting pot of just a variety of interesting cultures.
Yeah.
I love just how much there is going on with the, not necessarily the lore, but just like, the various little mythologies that get featured. Anyway, so we got the Kapala there by sacrificing to Kali, and she also hooked us up with the specs that we needed because she is totally on board with the run, apparently.
Yeah, big fan.
So we do have lava available to us, but like I mentioned, we do want to check for a couple of entries. We want to see a little crocodile man. He teleports. We're going to teleport him into a wall. We want to see a trap that activates exclusively in the temple for the golden idol. And if neither of those things happen, I'm still going to jump in lava. It'll be really funny.
And we did see our friend Anubis there again, so we did lie when we said he wouldn't be back.
Oh, he's so good at being alive.
Yeah.
And also dying.
Ooh, nice.
And that's the ceiling trap.
Got it.
So that's really nice. We got the wet for Yeti King and the ceiling trap there, which are kind of the 2 big late game RNG checks in this run.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the further in the game something is, the harder it is to get back there if you happen to get unlucky and not receive it. So as long as we can get the crocodile here, we would not have to ever go anywhere past the jungle again, which would make this a relatively fast run. Here's a crocodile, please. Oh!
I did not get the entry, too.
You didn't
That's the
get
worst
credit
part.
for that?
No, I didn't. The mummy got it. He's
the
running
mummy got
AJ
credit.
instead. Hey, look, a crocodile. Oh, what good news. We can't let this crush trap kill him, however, so we're going to take that and do that. I would love if this guy would turn around for me. That would just make my day. Pitchers may coming in clutch.
Yeah.
Sending things very far. And then we want to get this guy to the left. It's like kind of a puzzle getting this guy's journal entry.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a disaster, generally speaking.
In the sequel, they made his behavior a little bit less...
erratic, a little more playable.
Nice.
Excellent.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Was there any lava here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's lava to me. We're going in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is going really well.
This is very good, yeah.
I don't mean to talk myself up, but this is going surprisingly well.
And you
However,
need big spider.
yeah,
Yep.
I forgot to kill a big spider. I have to come back to the mines. It's a little embarrassing, but that's okay. They're like all over here.
Yeah,
They
we
love to
actually
spawn.
passed through a nest with 4 of them earlier, and he just
I was
didn't
not going
kill
to bring
any.
that up. I was just going to let that slide.
Yeah, there's a very special level feeling that has 4 of them, which is very fun. But
Isn't it 3 when there's a coffin?
it might be only 3. I don't know. That's a
Yeah.
good question.
Notably, there's more than one. So
Yeah. But they do also spawn randomly throughout the levels, and they're a very good way to get paced, which is very useful for our hell run.
Yeah.
That we would love to have that. It makes everything so much easier.
would have been really nice. Oh, that hurt. Don't do that. I am noticing that there are no giant spiders in this mines, which
Yeah.
really killing the vibe there, Derek. If you could hook us up with some giant spiders. In
Yeah.
the meantime, while we're looking for them, I think we could take a
Yeah.
few more donations.
Oh, you bet you. I have still so much love coming in for this. We have $15 from Xanagir saying, hey, Hectique, congratulations on finally getting the best speed game into GDQ. You are an inspiration, and the community wouldn't be the same without you. Now, I curse your run to never have a camera. You know what? It's
You
okay.
fool. We got a camera like 2 minutes in.
We got
That's the first thing we
multiple
got.
cameras, Xanagir. Your curse has failed.
Okay, we do have $25 from Lilac Oligochi that says, hi, Heck. Sorry I couldn't make it in person for the event, but I'll make it up by watching your amazing run. And $50 from Anonymous saying, shout out to Hectique. I love the passion and knowledge he always shares in his streams. And $75 from Jeremy Hay saying, I heard the shopkeeper gives great hugs. Can you confirm?
Oh, you know what? They're a hug that maybe the last hug you'll ever need in your life.
I mean, it's just to die for.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have time for a couple more?
Absolutely.
All right. We have $100 from Charo. Thank you so much. Saying, had to donate for Hectic's Spelunky run. Good luck, and I hope we don't have to wait too long to hear some smooth jazz.
Ooh, we got there. We got
Yeah.
some nice jazz. The Yeti King, he brings his saxophone.
Yeah.
And we also do have a 2 for here. I'm loving this one because it's some interesting puns. This is going to get you. All right. TGKJ sends in $25 and says, this Spelunky run is going to ace this. Put your spade to work and pick up all those golden diamonds. Don't get clubbed by enemies, and your heart will take you the distance. Did I get all the card suits? Did I do it good? Anyways, let's get Botro fully donated. And hey, we have less than 10,000 to go until Belatro. You all are so close.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah. And that run's coming up very soon, so get your donations in as soon as you can.
Yeah, rapido.
Yeah.
We may be at the end of this run.
Yeah.
I don't mean to alarm you.
And you'll notice that we had to take a second visit to the worm. Our little teleporter accident earlier meant that we're going a little bit too fast and didn't stop to smell the roses, or in this case, the writhing sack of worm babies, which maybe wouldn't smell as good.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so now we're looking for the haunted castle.
The Haunted Castle is unique because it has a level feeling called the Dead or Restless that shows up in the jungle, hence why we're resetting here to try and get that level feeling. And of course, then it's unique because it's not just a level feeling where you just spawn in. You actually look for a structure within a Dead or Restless level, the grave of a long-lost king, and then bomb your way through to be able to enter a special area, which I have some things to say about. In fact, I'm going to say them right now because, we have some time. You might notice that, if you squint your eyes a little bit at the tracker, there's a green knight there, and he's got armor, and you're probably thinking, well, that's interesting. What's the armor mechanic? Well, of course, green knights can't be whipped or stomped. You'll notice that the whip and stomp works on pretty much every enemy in the game, but the green knight establishes the idea that armor, impenetrable, cannot be whipped or stomped. And then, of course, right below him is the Black Knight with his own unique armor and a super cool shield. And I need you to keep that in mind because rightfully, that sounds very dangerous if he has this unique special armor and a unique item to protect him. So you're going to see a very interesting method for me defeating that Black
idol.
Knight. Oh, I missed it.
It's
should have
okay,
said
you can
something
just wait 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's fine. So we need to find something to chuck at a Green Knight. I happen to have a bomb just for him. I wrote his name on it. Now, of course, we need to deal with that Black Knight, another heavily armored enemy, super dangerous. His shield can crush you. It probably protects him pretty well. So he's going to be at the top of this castle, and pay close attention to the strategy that I implement to be able to kill this guy, because it's really special, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to whip him, and then crush him. Don't ask me why his armor doesn't work. I couldn't tell you. I made a little blunder. I got too caught up in my angry rant about the inconsistency of armor in this game, and I forgot to get the last entry, which is the ghost. Now, I could wait for 2 minutes and 30 seconds at the end of any level to be able to spawn the ghost, but I could also find a special little item that spawns on Dead or Restless levels to be able to spawn the ghost even faster. But if it takes more than 2.5 minutes, I will be embarrassed. All right, come on, Garrick. Ooh, I got really good news. You better be ready on time. Better be ready on time.
Yeah, time's coming up in 10 seconds.
3,
Less
2,
than
1,
that.
time.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
I think it went all right. Give the ghost a hug. Thanking her for helping us end the run. And she is a her. Respect the ghost pronouns, of course. That was really good. That was significantly underestimated, but that's kind of how it goes with a game like Spelunky. You can get a run that is super duper fast, or you can get a run that takes way longer than you would really hope for. But that was super cool. I'm really glad that I got to showcase this. I was so excited because All Journal Entries is such a cool run that shows off so much of this game that I hold very near and dear to my heart. I'd like to give some thanks before we send this off to what should be Bellatra. Get your donations in. I'd like to, of course, thank my family. I'd like to thank my mom, who is watching live and donated to the event. I'd like to thank my dad, who's playing Dungeons & Dragons instead and didn't donate. I'd like to thank my sister, who might be watching. I'm not sure. Hopefully she is. And of course, my community of people who sent some very nice donations. My poor little heart can't handle it. And the Spelunky community at large. Very, very supportive. I'm always super excited to get a cool run and then have a bunch of people be like, wow, that was a cool run. That's all it takes, really, for me. So really, really appreciate all of you. I know you guys have some shout-outs you'd like to do as well.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. I'd like to shout out the Spelunky Fight Club. I know I'm breaking the first rule by talking about it, but shout outs to them. And I'd like to shout out my partner, Spider Plant. Love you, honey.
All right. Heck mentioned a little bit about how great the Spelunky community is. I want to take some time to shout out our own personal speedrunning website, mossranking.com.
MOSS ranking.
Yeah. If you've been around speedrun.com, you'll know it's not what it used to be, but we have our own special website, which is really, really nice. And it's managed formerly by Saturn55, who really got the ball rolling on that, did some excellent, excellent work for the community. Now managed by Gare Bear, who is, we affectionately refer to him as the father of the Spelunky community, or Mr. Moss Ranking. I mean, he really puts hours and hours in developing tools for us. He helped do some updates to that tracker that you saw when Spelunky, surprise, got an update in 2021 to be ported to the Switch.
Brutal.
And yeah, I mean, Moss Ranking is kind of the hub for Spelunky speedruns. We have hundreds and hundreds of different categories on there, and some people are trying to to complete every single one, which is rather difficult task.
A little bit.
And yeah, I mean, Gare Bear is awesome. I also got to shout out Bumper Oyster. You've seen that Hectic and I here have matching shirts with the Twitter/Discord cat emoji on them, and also little accessories representing the characters that we play. And Bumper Oyster was the guy who got that all set up, shipped him to our house last week. You also heard his name earlier when he donated. He's a really great guy. He makes a lot of the art assets for Spelunky and for our own Spelunky community events. So yeah, really great guy. Shout out to Gary, Bumo, and Moss Ranking.
Awesome. Well, I think that does it for us. Thank you, everybody, for giving me the opportunity to showcase this. Thank you to the audience. You guys were great. I can't hear you that well with the headset, but it still came through. It was very, very nice. So yeah, that's Spelunky for you. All journal entries done pretty quick. Thank you so much.